All right, the time is now 4 o'clock, so we'll get started to be respectful of your time. Thank you for being here and for being on time. All right. Okay, so November 8th, we have professional development. It used to be a just regular day, but because there is going to be voting and non-school personnel on campuses, the district thought that the safest thing for our students would be to just have teachers on campus that day. It is not a flex day, so it is still part of your contract time, so you are required to be there. There's been some back and forth, but the final decision coming from Marcy Sorensen was that all visual arts teachers are with us here at I Am Terrell on that day. If your principal is saying something different, please don't feel like you have to get in the middle of it. Just send me an email and I will compile a list of the people that Dr. Sorensen can reach out to. And so that's gonna, it's gonna go above all of us and they can work that out. Sorry for the back and forth on that. And but I think we have it all ironed out now. We are going to, let's see, we do need you to bring your laptop, and high school teachers, please bring your iPads as well. And for those of you who haven't matted in the last 2 years, bring a small piece that you can practice on. I think it's all that. Okay, in terms of the schedule, we are going to start in the cafeteria and do things together, something together, a whole group first. And then you are, let's see, you guys are going to be the blue. And we're going to have some discussions on base and matting. You will have a lunch break. We won't have food trucks this time. We didn't arrange that because of kind of the last minute of that. If you don't want to have to go anywhere, you can just bring something. But otherwise you will have an hour and a half on your own to do lunch. We are going to also talk about curriculum, sketchbooks and portfolios, and then advanced Canvas. So some techniques on that as well. So again, we are together and we're starting in the cafeteria this time. Supply orders, you guys did a great job of getting those in. So thank you, high school teachers. Receiving, we still have some receiving that needs to be done. Get that in within a week of getting your supplies. Even if you don't have that full order, you're just gonna have to list what's on there. Again, we pay our vendors after you do your receiving, and we want to maintain a good relationship with them. So please do that in a timely manner so that Jamie does not have to email you and it has to escalate from there. Native American Heritage Exhibit will be released tomorrow. So thank you for adding entries to that. All right, Youth Art Month. This is something that TAEA does every year. They do not have their paperwork released yet. I was on their site today, but I did link the form for last year because I believe it's going to be very, very similar in terms of the flag entry form. And I know sometimes it's hard to get those parent forms back. We are very, very limited on how much we can submit. And so, only your very best pieces, but we will need those in the art office by December 2nd. So Youth Art Month is, there's not a theme, it's just great artwork, but it will require a form. So if you have some things that you're already thinking of, kind of pull those. And I'm guessing that the parent form part is going to be the same, but as soon as we get that from them, we will get that on our beats that you have that available for your students. Very special art exhibition is our next in-person show. And that is for students who have a 504 plan or receive special education accommodations. The parents have to know that this is a show for students with disabilities. We do not want them to be surprised at the event. We do try to make it very special for them. We bring them all on stage, that we call them individually. We show their art up on the in the auditorium, and there is an artist submission form part. That part is due December 7th. And that is before the virtual image and the actual art image are due on December 14th. For high school, this is not a required show, but we encourage you to participate, even if it's just a couple students. You know, think of your students that don't have another place where they get to be recognized. This is a really great opportunity for them. Community art project. This is our community art. Yeah, this is our first time doing this with in collaboration with Main Street Festival, and each high school is required to participate, but not all high school teachers are required to participate. So within your departments, you need to decide, all right, who's all going to do this? But it does need to be on, let's see, I think I have it on the next slide. So we'll start with the theme is Fort Worth Beauty. And you give to us the first and second place winners, not all the winners, first and second place. And again, this slideshow is available on, I have it linked to the invite today and in RP, and it's in your shared drive. But the artwork needs to be exactly 11 by 14 because they are providing you with a frame that has a mat in it. And so you just have to attach it in there. So that's why it has to be that exact size. It does need to be 2D and landscape format, so don't turn it vertically. And this is because their plan is to hopefully use this as a mural design. And so, but that is going to be due in the art office on the 15th with the artist submission form due the week before. And again, please read this section in an art handbook before submitting. And Safe City. I know you've done this a million times, but again, this is our required show. We do need 3 artworks from each high school, and you're bringing us your first, second, and third place winners. And it is a required show. There is a student release form. Safe City did release all their forms already, so we have those ready to go. And you should be getting your board soon. I know ours that were for I Am Terrell are already here. I'm seeing some head nods. You've already gotten yours. And for the past 2 years, Kevin Crane has won, his student has won the high school division, and they won a trip to Disney. And Melissa Schulman's middle school students, she's now teaching high school, but her middle school students for the past 2 years have also taken that middle school top prize. So we'd like Fort Worth to continue winning this. We think that's super fun. And so I encourage you to inspire your students to do great things again. And again, they do get cash prizes. So that's a good motivator. That is all we have for you today. So if you have questions, please stay on. If not, we will see you next month.
Okay, we have a question.
Okay, South Hills.
Yeah. I have a student that's a senior that qualified 2 years ago for her jacket. 2 years ago. Taffa, every single thing under the sun.
Okay, did you already put their name in?
For 2 years.
Their name is in, so their name is in right now.
And last year, that never got taken.
Is their name submitted for this year?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, go check with Jamie offline to see if that student's name is on there.
Well, all my students, none of my students got their jackets or their blankets from last year or anything. Remember? And now some of them are still seniors and they still haven't. So we haven't heard about anybody coming out to measure us. We haven't heard about any of that. None of us have at South Hills High School.
Jamie, do you know what Corey's doing in terms of reaching out to them?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I've checked with him twice now and have not heard back from him. I just reached out to him again today about it. But he has the PO number in multiple times, so.
Okay, can I pulse him? Can I call him or no?
I can give you his email.
Okay, can you just email it to me? Because we're in the middle of getting ready for this parade, so.
Yeah, I can do that.
Even in my classroom, you know?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so Karen had people on the list, Olivo, and so did I, and, all right?
Yeah, and Jamie would have those lists of which students you submitted?
Yeah.
Okay,
I can send you what I have. So,
Okay. Yeah, they've been on the list for a long time, so, all
Okay.
right. All right, thanks.
all right.
All right, thank you.
More questions? Aaron,
Okay, I had a question about the first and second. I thought it was first, second, and third for the mural project. Is it just first and second that get submitted?
Ashley?
Yes,
I bel-
it's only first and second that gets submitted. So whenever you bring it to the art office, you will have them already framed and matted for me.
Okay.
And then just make sure that you fill out the form, and then put an artwork label on the back. And all of what I'm saying is in the handbook as well, on the
Okay.
page.
And they need to be exactly 11 by 14. They don't need to be like slightly bigger for matting purposes.
I mean, anytime I've matted 11 by 14 work and it was cut exact, because I do regular print size in 11 by 14 for my business, and I've never had any issues with framing the exact size. But if you want to, just to be on the safe side, it could be a little bit bigger, but it will have to fit an 11 by 14 frame. So
Okay.
not 11 by 14 frame, it's 16 by 20 frame, but you
Right.
understand what I'm saying though, right?
Base. Yeah. All right. No, that was it.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, any other questions? Heather,
Hey, so quick question, because I have a lot of kids wanting to do letter jackets this year because we had so many get them last year, and they did come in. I just got them today, so I'll email Jamie tomorrow. Read that. When they're doing shows like this, like I know Safe City is only first, second, and third get points, right? But if do they get a point if they made a Safe City poster and they didn't win? Do they get a 1 point or no? I've never given them that. Or like if they're gonna.
yeah,
do this-
I believe yes, like as long as
Wait,
they,
they get one?
yeah, if they enter so they're entering that contest.
Yes.
Even though it doesn't go past your school level, I still think that that's a point.
Okay,
Most shows that you guys are finding are contests.
Uh-huh.
You
1
know,
point.
as long, yeah, I'm usually fine
Pretty
with
flexible.
giving them a point.
Awesome. Okay.
And then it had higher points for like.
Yeah, if they win, you get higher points.
Points. Yeah.
Okay. And so that's what I was curious, because I was like, I want to make sure, because I'm like keeping the tally, right?
Yeah.
And so, and then if they go to the district show, they get 2 points if we put them in the district show, not if they ribbon. If we put them in, they get 2.
Correct.
Okay, cool. That'll make people very, very happy.
Okay.
'Cause-
Yeah.
and they're wanting to do more. Okay.
And the
that's all.
point really
Yeah.
is just to get them participating. You know, I'm not
Okay.
one that gives them jackets just for being in art for 4 years. You get a grade and you get
Right.
credits for that. So we want them
Yeah.
entering shows, even if it's just our optional shows. And but just like you have to play the sport and show up to get a sports letter jacket, that's what we have to do in art. We have to show up, we have to participate.
Exactly. And they're excited to do it. We've got tons now, probably only about 10 or 15 will, come through, but still.
Well, it's good to have
That's fine.
something to
The interest
motivate
is
them
there.
with.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Y'all have a great day.
Sure.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Pascal, did you guys have a question?
I'm trying.
Hey, we just have one quick question.
Okay.
When do you think when does Vase open?
It was it December last year that it opened?
Yeah, it's the dashboard and everything. I know we'll get information from Dallas, but
Yeah, I believe it's December, because she was
Okay.
doing she did like some online trainings, I don't think it was last year, the year before, and they were like December. So because by January that's when it closes. So I think it's December,
okay,
if I'm remembering correctly.
Thank you.
okay, thanks.
All right. Well, if you don't have any other questions, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next month.